These are disorienting times for retailers with changing consumer expectations and exploding demands. Fundamentally, the rules of retail have changed. Being number one or number two locally used to be the recipe to win. It is still very important today, but it's not enough anymore. Now, retailers have to be great at fast innovation. They have to leverage data to delight customers and reduce costs, and increasingly, overall scale matters.
That's right. All retailers, even those that feel pretty comfortable today, are going to have to change and take action. At Bain, we ran the numbers. And in the future of retail, we see several different archetypes of retailers, and not all are going to survive. On one extreme, you have those retailers who are really struggling to both operate the business and change the business at the same time, which is very hard. But they lack the capabilities or the financial freedom to be differentiated. What we're seeing is they'll hit their profit targets, but they're doing so by closing stores or decreasing customer experience. And we know how that ends. It's all the headlines of consolidation and company failures. And in the markets that we've looked at, over a third of retailers are heading in this direction.
And on the other extreme, you have the large ecosystems, the Amazons and Alibabas of the world, who are creating sticky shopping experiences and accumulating enormous amounts of customer data and high shares of wallet and traffic. These guys are fast innovators, and they're out investing on technology, even the world's largest retailers, by a factor of 6.
And that's going to add up over time.
Yes.
The deficits keep growing. So in between these two, there's a bunch of different archetypes. You have what we call the value players. They are doubling down on offering very low cost, and I'd say good enough service. There are those that will win because they are just great at product design and product innovation, but they're going to have to borrow scale from somebody and almost hitchhike on the larger players. There are a few, what we'll call local gems, maybe. They have very strong brands and customer relationships, and I guess maybe they have a longer runway, but who knows where that runway leads. And it's retail. There's always going to be a churn of exciting innovation that gets a lot of attention and, frankly, capital. But they, too, need to figure out a path to sustainability or they're going to disappear. And then we'll have what we'll call the scale fighters. And these guys have figured out, or they will figure out, that formula to win that you described. It's the leading in number one or number two in terms of their local markets. They have sufficient scale to invest in the technology and the data to reinforce those customer intimacy relationships, et cetera. And they're going to be great at innovation. They're constantly upping their game. That's where large retailers are going to try to go.
Yes, everybody will claim to be a scale fighter.
I know, but it's hard to be a scale fighter.
It's really hard. And this is why in the future of retail, we see 5 imperatives for today, whatever the archetype of retailer. Retailers need to strengthen their value proposition and their differentiation and factor in how technology will continue to evolve. Retailers need to obsess over customers and their experiences and boost traffic through distinctive marketing. They need to find more fuel for more investments through cutting costs smartly, engaging in M&A, and partnering successfully. They also need to install superior analytics capabilities and use data to automate more decisions. And finally, they need to innovate faster by embracing agile and scale their innovation fast through the company, also by emulating venture capital techniques.
And the scaling part's hard. You can come up with something, but to bring it across to the whole company, that gets very difficult. But I guess, it's still a very exciting time to be a retail leader. It's challenging, but the opportunity to have impact is huge.